In the Survivor series, we talk about the principles of survival from a beyond enemy lines perspective, and then mission command, the leadership that goes with it. But I think what is critical on the mission command side is to understand the importance of building capacity in people. Ultimately, I guess it is, what does it mean to become a learning organization? Now, many years ago, I learned a lot from Peter Senge, and I remember reading the book, The Fifth Discipline, and I went back to it, and I'm going to read it, that, in his mind, learning organizations is where people continually expand their capacity to create the results they truly desire, where new and expansive patterns of thinking are nurtured, where collective aspirations is set free, and where people are continually learning to see the whole together. If you listen to him, you realize, but hang on, this is not about maybe training or something as important as that. This is about a whole mindset, a whole approach towards life and business and communities. That we become an entity that continuously wants to learn. And all we do is we look for those opportunities all the time. It's a way of doing that is so far from what we currently experience in life and in our businesses. And I think, the problem we have is we think if people have been appointed, they're qualified, and they are in the job, they've got a job description, then it's all going to be okay. And that's not true. That's not true. That's a lie. People are not okay. And they continuously had not only to learn, but they also had to learn how to adapt and how to expand their vision, their insights, their understanding of themselves in the context of others, the team. And it's not only the individual that becomes a learning entity, it's the team that becomes a learning entity, and ultimately the business that keeps on learning. So it's not only about people or about teams, it's about the whole system that needs to be challenged in order to learn. How do you outperform the enemy from let's call it a special forces perspective? How do you become better? There's not a customer there that you can ask, how do I make it better? It's a culture where you learn how to do it from within. It's something you want to do, not because there's a customer in the first place, but because you understand that if you don't do that, your whole life is at risk and you might not come back alive. So how do we continuously create an environment where through the dialogue and the conversations and the reflections, we keep on learning? The importance of having those reflection moments daily, weekly, the importance of asking for it, a culture where we open ourselves with this question, but what we're doing here right now, is this good enough, or is this the best we can? And can we talk about this? Can we explore alternatives? Can we play with it? And I think this links up with one of the reasons why companies sometimes fail, is they find it so damn hard to reflect on reality, on what's really happening here. Why is this so difficult? Because you don't see it. Somebody else might see it, but you don't see it. And nobody is holding up this mirror for us to see the alternative or the option of doing things differently. So it's a whole approach to open yourself for input and to be willing to learn, and then continuously find ways to improve yourself. Yeah, but what if it costs me money? Well, what if it's going to take my time to do this? Well, of course it's going to cost you money, and of course it's going to take time to do it. But why would you do it? Because every time you improve and every time the service you deliver is better, every time the results of the task or the campaign that you're part of is working, it's better, it's a success. Every time when that happens, there's more. And, people will always come back for more if it's actually working, if it's good stuff. And it's that experience, it's that emotion that comes with the experience that will always get people to want to come back to you and learn more or get more from what you have to offer. So becoming a learning organization is no choice. You don't have a choice there. Yet in the real world, it is one of the strategic objectives that's most probably going on the back burner first most of the time. Why? It's effort. It's time consuming. And maybe your biggest threat in life and business is that you are so busy with survival stuff, day-to-day stuff, that you forget the importance of actually building capacity in your people, in your teams, in your systems, in your processes, and get it to improve. So we've got so many excuses of not doing it. Huge mistake. Maybe the biggest mistake you can make in life is not to continuously keeping on learning or taking input, and to keep on growing and to keep on exploring. It's a very powerful principle for the whole concept of mission, command, and ultimately your success also in life, business, and for that matter, even more so in your personal life. Well, smoke this in your pipe, and take your money and your time towards this aspect of your life and so your business, and so the task that you try to execute.